Hello, my name is Brandon Wallace, and I want to welcome you to my first video that I've ever done as part of Young Living and also for my new website, Living for Adventures. Today I want to talk to you about my why. Why did I decide to go and start using Young Living essential oils? In order to explain that, I have to share a little bit about my story so that you can understand why Young Living is now one of my tools that I use as part of my overall wellness and my health. So what that starts with is back in 2010, I was way overweight. I was 241 pounds, 36% body fat, and I was just miserable. And I took some time to do some fitness stuff at a local gym and brought my weight down to 207 and 15% body fat. I was the fittest that I've ever been, and I had a great season of physical fitness where I was doing really well physically. And then I realized that I needed to deal with some personal struggles that I was facing at the time. And so I spent 3 years after that, from 2011 to 2013, mainly focusing on my spiritual walk with Christ, dealing with personal issues, emotional issues, just dealing with all these things that I just couldn't get my head wrapped around. And during those 3 years, I had a great transformation spiritually, emotionally, relationally, and I was just really growing in who I was as a person and as a man of God, and through the work that Christ was doing in me. And soon after that, I finished that program, and then I moved out to Portland. Well, the program was in Portland, but I moved to a different apartment. And I spent the next year just really being lethargic. I started gaining weight again. I started to not be very social. I just laid on the couch, watched movies, ate junk food. It was just a really darker season for me as I was moving forward. And while I was doing that, I was part of a small group, and one day I was just sharing how I was feeling very lonely and very separated, and just I was bored with life. Nothing was exciting, nothing was new. I was just living the day-to-day, which we all do, but I was just kind of getting like, I need something to jumpstart my process in order to go to the next level and become where God was taking me and preparing me for. So during one of those small group nights, my leader said, "Brandon, from what you're describing, you need to go on an adventure, something will just out of your norm, out of your comfort zone, and do something adventurous, and to specifically ask God for that." And I was like, well, nothing else is working, so why not? So I prayed to God saying, "God, I'm looking for an adventure. Give me something that I can use to do that." And about this time, I realized that my fitness was going downhill, and I had gained some of the weight back that I had lost, and was now back at 225 pounds and 30% body fat. And I was just like searching for something different, something new, something exciting. And 2 days after I had prayed the prayer to God saying, I need an adventure, He answered that by providing me two things. One, He provided me a chance to participate in a community called Nerd Fitness. The shirt I'm wearing is actually their logo from Nerd Fitness. And they are a community that focuses on fitness using gaming and nerdy terminology. If you're a nerd, you would understand how gaming works and video games, and some people like D&D and other things, just to have fun and do their fun through gaming. Well, for me, I'm more into movies and board games and video games and all those things. And so I was like, well, this sounds interesting. I'll go and share, see what this Nerd Fitness is about. So I had pulled up a blog post that they do on a weekly basis. And through that, they said, hey, we're doing our first ever Camp Nerd Fitness. Sign up by Friday if you want to get in for the registration. And I was like, okay, go to a place I've never been to in Georgia, because I'd never been to Georgia, with people I don't know, doing I don't know what, because I just barely got introduced to Nerd Fitness. But the camp sounded interesting with theme nights and humans versus zombie competition, weightlifting, boot camps. I mean, it was just full of just a hodgepodge of fitness and also nerdy gaming stuff. And so I was like, okay, all of a sudden I realized this is the adventure that God wants me to do. And so I was like, okay, I signed up, not knowing anyone on Nerd Fitness. But I was like, I'm going to go, new place, and do some new things. And soon enough, I started went to the camp in September of 18th of 2014, and had a chance to really find a new group of community that I had never had before, beyond just my church community. This is people from all walks of life, all fitness levels, all aspects of life. And so what I did is, through that camp, I developed a tool for my fitness, of the fitness part of who I am. And through the program that I did a couple years ago, that brought some foundation to my faith. And while I was preparing to go to the camp, that is when I was introduced to Young Living essential oils. And my enroller, Cynthia Beaudry, she introduced me to the oils and how it was transforming her emotionally, physically, with the help of diet and exercise. I saw her transform into a new woman of God, that I was like looking up to her for, asking her, what things are you doing? Because I was learning about fitness, and I was learning about the paleo diet. And so I asked her about the essential oils, and was looking at, what do they do? How can they benefit me as a guy? And so she helped me get my premium starter kit, and I started using the oils for 2 months, and just really dived into what those oils do, how they how they can have benefits and assist in different areas of my life. And as I started using the oils, I started realizing more of my passions of life were starting to come to the surface. And through those passions, actually created my why I use these essential oils. Because through using these essential oils, I started developing a passion for these oils, and it was like, I got to share these with people I know. And so past couple months after Camp Nerd Fitness, I then started diving into the business side of Young Living, and started learning how to share the oils. I attended classes and provided my feedback on the things I was learning. and just sharing it with other people as I was doing those things. And so as I was doing that, I was like, I'm starting to really see some passions of mine that seem to work hand in hand with each other. And so from that, I created my own business around 5 main themes, 5 passions of mine that are in regards to my faith is one passion, essential oils was another passion, fitness was a passion, nutrition was a passion, and then also I realized that when I go on adventures, I learn, I grow, I get challenged, and so adventures became another part of my passion. And through these 5 passions, I developed my own way of looking at health and wellness in creating my Living for Adventures website that I now use and slowly and growing in. And it's because of that focus and those passions that more of my why started to grow, and I started to realize that I'm doing this not just for myself, but I want to share my knowledge of fitness, health, nutrition, essential oils, and be a spokesperson for sharing these oils with people, and not just with women, but also with guys. One of the things I learned when I first started was that I didn't see too many guys using essential oils. Yes, I knew husbands of wives who were distributors using them, but I was like, hey guys, we need to be out and promoting these oils just as much as the women are doing. And so that is another why for me is sharing these with men and sharing how they can benefit us as well. So as you can see, I'm become very passionate about these things, about these 5 passions, and it has become who I am, how I live life, and I'm excited to see this grow and move forward as I grow my why, grow my business, grow who I am as a person, and be able to come alongside other people and share that passion with each other and see where that goes. So I thank you for your time, for listening to my story, and for hearing why I use Young Living essential oils. So have a good day. Thanks.